Hello, it's good to see you for our noonday prayer time on today, Thursday, April 23rd. I've really enjoyed being with you during these few minutes each day in the middle of the day for a time of prayer or reading or reflection. I hope you too have enjoyed them. I get to see how many people open these up, but I don't know exactly who you are. So it's a delight to know that many of you are out there and are with me, and I hope you feel that I'm with you. This morning I had an interesting experience. I came into church, came up to the door, and the door was unlocked. And then I remembered that my colleague Joel Pierce, our music director, had told me he was going to come and practice on the organ here today and record our music for Sunday on our very own organ. And there was his car in the parking lot. And as I came in to Bonhoff Hall, I could hear Joel at the organ. It was really very emotional for me. It was a sense of hearing something beautiful in space that I love, being performed by a colleague whom I care for deeply and who does such a beautiful job for us. It was all of those pieces, but it was also the music, the emotional impact that music has on us when we're open to it and we listen to it and we make space for it in our heads, came ringing through to me. And I later picked up this book, which I love. It's called A Song to Sing, A Life to Live. And it's written by a father and daughter. Don Salieri's is a professor of theology and in worship at the Candler School of Theology in Atlanta, at Emory University in Atlanta. And his daughter, Emily, is a member of the Indigo Girls and a wonderful folk rock group, a duo of two women who've made just wonderful music for the last 20 years or so. And together they've written a book about music. And one of the things I've noticed during this crisis time is that making time for music, going to the cabinet and putting on a compact disc that I love, or clicking on my phone, something that I have downloaded, or sharing with James or others a musical moment, has really been important. And I marked, when I first read this book, I marked in it a passage that the two of them wrote. And I'm just going to read it to you and leave it with you for your noonday reflection. They write together, this father and daughter pair who love and know music so well. Throughout our lives, both of us have experienced the sense that music expresses and shapes our emotions. Strong emotional connection with music is not something that usually emerges when we just happen to be around some background music, however. The depth and authenticity of feelings that music summons up are often related to the carefulness with which we listen. The song or hymn or symphony is a tapestry of feeling, but it becomes ours only when we bring something of ourselves to the listening. In careful listening, as Thomas Crifton has written, we are asked to match the music's feeling, to rise to the occasion. When this happens, we recognize the music, and we sometimes feel as if the music recognizes us as well. The surprise here, they continue, is that the question of soul in music, is not a matter of classical versus popular or folk music, nor is it a matter of secular versus sacred music. Some years back, a certain African-American style became known as soul music, but a Mahler symphony or Bach's Goldberg variations can also display something that can only be called soul. Whether in popular or classical music cannot be taken for granted. Rather, this encounter requires us to listen attentively, to discover what is actually sounded in the music. Only those who develop a soul for hearing can hear the soul of music. Developing a soul for hearing takes time. It cannot be rushed. This is not necessarily because you have to be able to deal with a certain musical complexity. Rather, it is partly because you will be able to hear more as you become more open. You become more complex as a person through the music. Certain songs won't disclose themselves fully to someone who isn't ready. For both of us, Amazing Grace is like that. They write, the tune is not exceptional, but the way it is joined to the words touches us powerfully. The longer we have lived, the more we have been able to appreciate the role of grace in life and how amazing it is. My little prayer for today is that you make time for music, that you make time for a quiet time to give yourself over to the music with the notion, as Don and Emily suggest, that the music can find you as well. That's my noonday reflection for today. Take it with a prayer of love and a hope that God's grace finds you on this beautiful spring day. See you soon.